Hello and welcome to Sandbox Creations. First of all, I would like to thank each and everyone who liked the previous videos and subscribed to the channel. If you have any topic that you want to see a video on, please leave your suggestions in the comment box. There is no doubt that America has the most advanced military in the world, but they are not perfect. In this video series, I'm going to talk about weird military projects that were almost adopted their military. In today's video I'm going to talk about one such project that was so bizarre that I couldn't believe it the first time when I came across it. Let's call this particular project the Bat Bomb for the sake of convenience. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon to enable notifications. Fire bombs were a huge threat during the height of the Second World War, and an excellent weapon to wield against unwitting enemies. The horrific damages done to London and Coventry during the London Blitz is a prime example of the power this weapon of war had when used on England and other Allied nations. Determined to one-up the Axis forces, President Franklin Roosevelt approved plans for an even better bomb, one that was smaller, faster, and furrier. That's right. The plan was to strap tiny explosives to tiny, live bats. Why people thought this would be a good idea is anyone's guess. The guy who proposed the scheme wasn't even military, he was a dentist, and a friend of Roosevelt's wife, Eleanor. But America didn't care about that. It was time to blow the crap out of Japan, and they were going to do it with the one weapon Japan didn't have. FDR consulted with zoologist named Donald Griffin for his professional opinion before giving an official green light, apparently worried this "so crazy it just might work" idea might just be plain old insane. Griffin was a little skeptical too, but ultimately thought the whole bat thing was too cool to pass on. This proposal seems bizarre and visionary at first glance, he wrote in April 1942, according to The Atlantic, but extensive experience with experimental biology convinces the writer that if executed competently it would have every chance of success. The official strategy was to attach napalm explosives to each individual bat, store about 1,000 bats in large, bomb-safe crates, and release about 200 of those cases from a B-29 bomber as it flew over Japanese cities. That meant up to 200,000 bats could be unleashed at once, which would be terrifying even if they weren't on a suicide mission. After they were released into the air, these little angels of death would roost inside buildings on the ground. Then after a few hours their explosives would detonate, igniting the building and causing total chaos. At least, that was the plan. In reality, the bats were a little too good at their job, and escaped to nest under an American Air Force base's airplane hangar during an experiment. You can guess how that went. Surprisingly, the incineration of the building didn't put a damper on the operation. People were just more convinced of the bats' volatility, and excited to see them used in real combat, and some initial test data concluded these bat bombs were actually superior to regular fire bombs. After some time after the accident, the project was turned over to the Navy, which continued it for more than a year. During that time, the Marines conducted a successful proof of concept at Dugway Proving Grounds in Utah, where they released bats over a mock-up of a Japanese city, and the critters were able to start quite a few fires. Unfortunately, or fortunately, let's be real, the US never got to add weaponized bats to its military repertoire. It was decided that equipping small flying animals with napalm bombs could yield unpredictable results, and the investment wouldn't be worth the possible military gains. That and the Manhattan Project was finally ready, and the atom bomb could easily do more damage than 1,000,000 bats could ever do. If you liked this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and please don't forget to click on the bell icon to enable notifications.